From the 3-yard line, it'll be Grayson Jr. And Jr. brings it out to the 22-yard line. It'll be first down and off the backfield. 1st and 10 for Jalen McClendon. Last week completed 70% of his passes in that win. Gets it out quickly. And it's caught by Justin Hall, who we heard from with Harry just a moment ago. He picks up about 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. There's a look at some of the cogent numbers on McClendon out of North Carolina State and erstwhile of Baylor. Some very favorable comparisons that coaching staff made with him. We'll talk about that as the game progresses. 2nd down and 8.
Here we go. Watch out.
Gets it out quickly again. The pass complete. And that's going to be a 1st down. Chisholm.
McClendon did a nice job of delivering that pass into a blitz that was coming. He actually had a free rusher up the middle for Michigan that he was able to avoid just by getting the ball out quick. And that's what Jalen McClendon's game has been since he's taken over at quarterback. Accurate, underneath, has the arm strength to take shots down the field, but he's done most of his damage short and outside the hash marks.
Look at the nail. Here we go. Hey, we're good. Here we go.
Little pistol formation. McClendon's going to hand it off to Lingard, and Lingard over the left side of that offensive line. A nice run out near the 44 and another 1st down, 12-yard pickup.
F-jet, the pistol, tray left, 35 Eagle.
The intonations of offensive coordinator Eric Price from the 43-yard line.
Sounds like we're going to get another run to that left side.
They keep it on the ground between the tackles. Out to the 45-yard line. Marino making the tackle on Lingard, limiting that gain to 2.
Good play by Garrett Marino up the middle. One of the best interior linemen in the UFL this season. And now Houston going with a little bit of tempo, getting up to the line of scrimmage quick.
Yeah, that defensive front has been one of the strengths of the Panthers all year. Butler in motion. Got a little bunch set down to the bottom of your screen. Gets it out again. Another completion and another 1st down at the 45 to Chisholm. I'll tell you what, Jalen McClendon is throwing lasers here early in this football game.
Nice play.
Coach Mike Nolan and C.J. Johnson have some history. They worked together as part of the New Orleans Saints coaching staff several years ago.
And guys, one thing about McClendon, they talked about that he has a great arm, but they want him to harness that and not take the shots when they're not there. We saw that in that last play.
Threw a rope that time, Freddie, and gets it out again. This time throws it away. He was looking Spivey's way, and his first incompletion of the football game.
It looked like a little zone read RPO. He ends up pulling it and getting on the perimeter, and there's nowhere to go with the football. He could have gotten it out
for the head of receiver.
Spivey.
There is no foul on the play.
No foul. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
There is no foul on the play for an intentional grounding. The result of the play is 2nd down.
All right, there's the call. We'll have Mike Pereira joining us today, our rules analyst.
You got it.
Curtis Johnson told his team after last week's win that they were looking forward to this matchup against the Panthers because he felt like last time they left a lot of meat on the bone, that they should have won that game. Statistically, they put up some great numbers against Michigan.
Whistles.
Illegal substitution. Offense breaking the huddle with 12 players. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
Well, this time there is a penalty, Roddy.
11.
Not only did they break the huddle with 12, they had 12 guys line up, or going to line up at the line of scrimmage. A little bit of confusion probably on personnel grouping. It's always disconcerting when you get out there and a guy's lined up very similar, close to where you're lined up, and you're looking at each other like, what are you doing here?
2nd and 15 as a result.
Here we go.
McClendon tried to set up the screen. Nice catch and run down to the 47-yard line by Lorenzo Lingard out of Akron. And a good stop there.
You got the two interior linemen, the left guard and the center, pulling and getting out. And number 74, Avery Genesee, doesn't get much of the defender, but he forces the defender underneath. And that just creates a little bit of space for Lorenzo Lingard to get some positive yardage.
Houston looking at their first 3rd and long. They got to get to the 35-yard line. McClendon pulls, caught for the first down at the 32-yard line. Wow. Justin Hall extended above his head to rein it in.
Well, he's only listed at 5'8", but it's the rollout, and then Justin Hall is going to sit right in that zone in front of where Jalen McClendon is rolling out. And at 5'8", the ability to climb the ladder just a little bit, snag that ball out of the air. It's very impressive, but also the arm strength by Jalen McClendon. I mean, this is on the run. He throws an absolute dart. That's that special arm talent that Jalen McClendon has shown since he's been the starter here in Houston.
Pick up a 14 yards and a first down. McClendon surveys, great touch and another completion down to the 17-yard line to Chisholm, who's made several plays already on this opening impressive drive.
Well, he's in rhythm, and you're going to see Chisholm on the dig just come across, and Jalen McClendon drops back to pass. As soon as he hits the top, little rocker step, top of his drop, little rocker step, and then delivers the football. Really nicely done by McClendon, who looks like he's in a really good rhythm so far on this first drop.
Chisholm, remember, had that highlight touchdown catch against Michigan a couple of weeks ago. 1st and 10. Caught at the 2-yard line and hit. Spivey hung on to it, and he got drilled. It'll be 1st and goal. He did a great job here.
He certainly did. You're going to get play action, and the safety's going to come up as Spivey just leaks out of the backfield on the little pop pass. Really nicely done. Blitz off the edge, and then all McClendon has to do is get it in the vicinity of Spivey, who climbs the ladder and grabs it.
Tarpley made a big hit, but Spivey hung on to it. 1st and goal. That far from the end zone. It's Lingard. No signal. He's short of the end zone by about a foot. It'll be 2nd and goal. Panthers there with a nice surge up front, led by Muton. Donovan Muton, one of the leaders up there.
I'll tell you guys what I love about this Houston offense. We got to remember, C.J. Johnson did coach for the New Orleans Saints under Sean Payton. The football's going to get out quick, swiftly. They're going to use multiple personnel groupings. You're going to see the screen game, a little bit of everything.
It's worked so far, Harry. They keep it on the ground. Touchdown! Lorenzo Lingard powering his way in. And a very impressive drive. A 12-play, precise and prolific drive to start the game.
Impressive indeed. I mean, this is kind of all Lorenzo Lingard. Whelan Speaks is able to penetrate into the backfield, had a chance to make the tackle. Lingard gets away from him, and then it's all power into the end zone.
Yeah, that left side of that offensive line. They ran specifically, to the left side out of their 5 running plays, 4 to the left side of the offensive line of the Houston Roughnecks.
Yeah, they had a shift up front. Banner moved over. As this conversion attempt is brought to you by Ortho Home Defense. On the rollout, it's caught just in bounds by Justin Hall. McClendon again threw a frozen rope that melted in the arms of Justin Hall. So they get the extra point.
I'm not sure how
Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I mean, it means everything to me. My my life, my family's life has changed for forever because of this league and this team giving me an opportunity to just keep chasing a dream. And it's just so cool to see so many people still doing it, and the way the league has been able to continue to grow. And I'm going to be, the biggest supporter of it for forever, because it did so much for me, and I'm just so thankful for it.
So I remember one of your games right before halftime, you hit a 60-yarder. And I looked at you and I said, ice, ice, baby. And you just looked at me with a blank stare. You're still locked in to this day, right?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't talk too much. I'm a little bit shy and reserved, especially on game day. So that sounds about right.
How are things going at OTAs right now? I know the Detroit Lions, they're in OTAs, as a lot of teams in the NFL are.
Yeah, it's been great. It's just super exciting to be back with the guys and back in the city, and it's so cool to have the season right around the corner, and we're super excited. I think we got a really good team, and starting from the top down, it's just an unbelievable organization, and I'm so thankful to be a part of it. And I'm just taking it a day at a time and having a lot of fun with it.
So you played with a lot of guys that are currently on the Michigan Panthers roster. What do you want to say to them right now?
Man, first off, just congrats. They're killing it this year. I think they're probably the best team in the league right now. But I'm so thankful for them. They saw so many days of me struggling, and they were always there for me. Letting my head go on their shoulder, and tough days. We had a lot of just we lived together for 6 months essentially. So I have such good relationships with those guys, and I'm so proud of what they're doing right now, and I'm so thankful for the massive roles that they've played in my life.
I wish you nothing but success moving forward, and thank you for being so gracious with your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Jake Bates, one of several wonderful, compelling, visceral stories that emerged from the United Football League. Rocky Lombardi hands it off to his tailback again. That time it's Colburn the second.
I got your spot.
This time there's a flag on the
Illegal
field.
motion. What number?
7.
What was he doing, moving forward at that snap? Okay.
Illegal motion, offense number 7. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat second down.
Well, Bryce Perkins is QB1, but today it's Rocky Lombardi's turn at quarterback, the former Michigan State product. Look at his numbers so far on the season. Undrafted free agent by Cincinnati in 2024, a season ago. Making his first start in professional football.
Guy who played a ton of ball in college. It's amazing that this is his first start as a professional, but he is a gunslinger and will take some chances.
2nd and 9. Gonna keep it on the ground out to the 45-yard line. Matthew Colburn again. Picked up about 4 on the play. Antwine making the tackle for Houston. Sets up a 3rd down and about 4 to go.
Matthew Colburn is a guy who's been injured for much of the season for this Michigan team. They're really excited to have him back. He gives them some juice that they haven't been lacking, but it just gives this offense a little bit extra dimension with his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield and his burst once he gets to the second level.
Toa not with the team. Lombardi across his body, complete to midfield, and that's going to be enough for the first down. Colburn, Roddy, showing that he can come out of the backfield and catch the football too.
Yeah, it's just a little check down. Matt Colburn's just going to come and sit, and when Rocky Lombardi scrambles out, he does a nice job of finding his running back. It's not always advisable that a quarterback throws back across his body towards the middle of the field, but with Colburn kind of sitting there all by himself, it was a good find by Rocky Lombardi, and it ended up in a first down conversion.
And one of the things that they struggled with, the Houston Roughnecks, getting pressure. They didn't have to dial the pressure guys. They got pressure with 4 guys, but they didn't have pocket awareness and allow Lombardi to get outside and find the wide receiver and the running back open on that play.
Lombardi hands it off again. This time, nothing happening. There's another flag down as Colburn has dropped down right at or behind the line of scrimmage.
Personal foul
by Markel
face
Roby.
mask, defense number 31. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run, includes an automatic first down.
That's against Markel Roby.
It wasn't actually on Markel Roby. It's the defensive lineman, like Darius Morgan, that ends up getting him. Roby's got him wrapped up down low, and then big number 92 gets him up high with the face mask as he kind of goes by. So Roby did a nice job coming down from his safety position to make the tackle action.
Unfortunately, it moves the ball all the way down to the 35. Rocky Lombardi, the former high school wrestler. How many professional quarterbacks are former high school wrestlers? He actually had Division I offers in wrestling.
It's on 31.
I feel like when you're
I'm challenging the face.
You're from the state of Iowa, you have to.
Coach Johnson's challenging.
I'm telling you,
that
no
there was
face
no
mask
face
on
mask.
31. I just got it from
Okay. So I'm going to give him one correction. It was 92, not 31.
Yeah, make sure that he knows. Make
The
sure
number
that
was
he
92,
knows
not
that.
31.
You said 31.
There's a correction. It is number 92. 92 was the one that had the foul for the face mask. So if you want to challenge the 92, you're welcome to do so. But
we challenging 92 or what?
Tell him he doesn't want to challenge
I don't want
92.
to challenge, not 31. Yeah,
timeout though, right?
There's correction in the previous foul. It was 92 for the face mask. There is no challenge nor timeout charged. It's first down.
Your numbers matter, Roddy.
Yes, they do.
So we do have to be my mistake and
Yes.
clarification on him. We're getting that.
That is the
Yeah.
correct thing to do.
Coach Nolan know that. Wrong information.
Correct.
Yep.
And it's good communication from everybody. Good communication by the official to Coach Johnson. And it's good communication from Mike Pereira to our head official saying, hey, man, like, you just give him a heads up. Probably don't want to challenge this.
Yeah.
Pretty slam dunk.
No harm. Approaching 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. A look inside the helmet of Rocky Lombardi getting the start. On the play fake. Checks it down. Incomplete at the 36-yard line. Good hit on McCrary immediately by number 12, Sean Preston.
And Rocky Lombardi actually had Samson Nakua streaking down the middle of the field and an opportunity to take a shot. I mean, the backside corner was really the only guy that could have gotten there, and had he laid it out kind of just towards the back pylon, Samson Nakua run under it. They had an opportunity. So Marcel Belfay, known for once they get past the 50, taking those shots down the field, had one dialed up. But they didn't, Rocky Lombardi didn't pull the trigger.
On 2nd and 10, Lombardi incomplete at the 34 behind his receiver, Malik Turner. There's a look at Coach Belfay.
Here we go. You're on field goal. You're on field goal. Reveal. Lexi Trey Void. Liz corner bang 8. Reveal. Lexi Trey Void. Liz corner bang 8. Hurry up.
Reveal. Lexi Trey Void. Liz corner bang 8. On one. Ready?
That bang 8. That's a skinny post by one of the receivers. One of, I'm sure, Harry Douglas's favorite routes. That bang 8.
That's right, Roddy.
On 3rd and 10, pressure off the edge. There's the pass complete, and a first down at the 24-yard line to Weidermeyer. Moving the chains.
So they split Jalen Weidermeyer out wide, and he's just a little curl by the tight end. And because you have the tight end split as your #1 receiver, he's up against a corner, and the corner's just not able to bring him down. Jaquan Shepard just can't wrangle the big guy. 257 pounds out there wide. Those corners are going to have a tough time bringing him down right where they catch the football. He fights for the first down.
12-yard gain on the play. Pass complete at the 22. That's Malik Turner, who we misfired on last time. Turner picks up on a yard, brought down by Rayshad Williams out of Texas Tech. Under 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Both teams' offenses respectively moving the ball pretty well.
Yeah, and this one has been helped out by a couple penalties.
Rip, Q counter, straight, X post, or shoot. On one. Ready?
But it's been good for Michigan to see Rocky Lombardi operating this offense the way he has. It's been in rhythm. He hasn't taken any chances and moved him down the field so far.
Lombardi on a quarterback predetermined run. Got a seam and a crease. One move and he's brought down at the 5-yard line. Well, the gunslinger can use his legs too.
You're going to get a couple of pullers from the backside, and those two blocks end up springing on the quarterback counter. Just the hesitation, and then he gets up there behind Ryan Nelson, number 75, gets a nice block on the linebacker. How about the moves in the open field? Making a safety miss.
Little stutter step.
It's also a luxury, guys, when your third-string quarterback is athletic like your first and second string, and you can still run the same plays.
It also helps the two left guys on the side of that offensive line, the two of the best guys in the UFL.
Great point.
Fumble, it's on the guard, on the ground, it's loose. Houston trying to pounce on it. Let's see who's got it. It appears as if the Renegades jumped on the loose ball. The Roughnecks jumped on the loose ball. JT Tyler was there. The turnover. See if they take a shot early here. McClendon trips. Looked like one of his offensive linemen pulled out and tripped him up. Little friendly fire. That's going to result in a loss of a few yards.
It was the foot of the center, Jack Kramer. Watch that left foot. Gonna trip Jalen McClendon up. Fortunate that he held onto the ball, or else we might have had back-to-back fumbles on the exchange.
Wow.
The defense had a chance to jump on.
Loss of 5 makes it 2nd and 15. McClendon over the middle, overshoots his intended receiver, Cam Sutton, the tight end, and quickly it's 3rd down and 15. Coach Eric Price compared him to Jameis Winston. He said, actually, it was Coach CJ said he wanted him to be more like Teddy Bridgewater, though. What do you make of that comparison?
Well, in the context, he was kind of describing the game plan and how they put it in. Teddy Bridgewater was a guy that came in and was very vocal about what he liked and what he didn't like in the game plan. Jalen McClendon is just kind of like, yeah, coach, I like everything. And John's like, you can't like everything. Something you have to like more than others.
Got to pare down the menu a little bit right now. Running sidearm delivery incomplete at the 40-yard line. And it's a quick 3 and out, but there's a flag down on the play. Harden was there defending the pass and knocked it away.
Can't hear you guys.
And McClendon is
defensive
hobbling.
interference.
Give me a number.
Interference. Don't have one.
Okay, and we've got a spot foul, so it's an automatic first down. Okay.
16, Jason.
Pass interference.
Defense number 16. The penalty is placing the ball at the spot of the foul and includes an automatic first down.
Boy, that's not a good sign for Houston. McClendon has fallen to the turf, and there's a look at the pass interference infraction. And that's a look at QB1, Jalen McClendon, who has been brilliant so far in this football game. With 15 seconds to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, it was non-contact, guys. He just went down, and I never like when a non-contact injury happens because, especially in the lower leg where they're looking at his right leg right now, we've seen way too much of that happening where a non-contact injury usually is something serious.
Let's take one more look at it.
It's kind of running off. It may have happened, and this is speculation, but he did avoid that tackle. It may have happened coming out of that, and then you just play the rest of the play, and you don't realize how bad it hurts until you try and make your way back to the huddle. But certainly the way he is walking as gingerly as he is.
Well, there's Anthony Brown, who began the year as QB number 1 when we saw them against the defenders.
You're going to get a couple blitzers off the edge. Running back has to pick, and he does the right job of picking the inside defender. But there's nothing obvious that happens after the grab of the legs. So you just hope that Jalen McClendon, it's not too serious. He's okay. And for Houston, you hope that he's able to return to the game in some way.
Anthony Brown out of Oregon becomes the quarterback now. He was the starter for weeks 1, 2, and 3 of the season. Former quarterback at Oregon. Spent a little bit of time in the NFL as well. He'll be on the sticks at the wheel when we come back to Detroit. Good news for Houston. 1st down and 10 from the 42. Hands it off. And that's going to be a gain of about 4. Lorenzo Lingard. Here's what they did to McClendon during the break. Sometimes just slap a little tape on that, huh, Ron?
Honestly, for most of us, that's what cures it. Spat the cleat, tape it on up. And the important thing is after that handoff, the fake that he had after, he had a little burst on it. I think a lot of that was Jalen McClendon just testing out the ankle a little bit, but he moved well, so the mobility looks to still be there.
Kirk Merritt in the backfield beside McClendon to his left. Merritt takes the handoff, spins, and is brought down at the 46-yard line by Arnold Tarpley III, the starting free safety for Michigan. There he is, number 2, at 4 tackles last week. One of several players trying to catch the eye of the NFL scouts watching today.
Yeah, smart play calling. You think about it, gentlemen. They bring McClendon back in, give him a test the ankle, and run the football to make it 3rd and manageable. So pretty good smart play call by C.J. Johnson, the head coach, to make sure that the quarterback was not going to be in a stress situation in the first 2 plays of this drive.
Sets up 3rd and 5. Merritt motions out of the backfield. Merritt couldn't make the catch, incomplete. Broken up nicely right there at midfield by White.
A little bit of pressure created by Breeland Speaks off the left side of that offensive line, just powering his way through, made him get rid of the ball quick to Merritt. There's good coverage on the back end as well. So despite Jalen McClendon coming back in and looking good, Michigan able to force the punt.
Malik Turner perched at his own 8-yard line, and Mike Rivers getting set to punt. Rivers with a healthy 48.1-yard average on the season. Boy, that's a moonshot. And it's going to carry him all the way into the end zone and come out. Well, week 10 of the UFL continues tomorrow on ABC. That's right. Tune in at noon Eastern for Arlington versus San Antonio. It's the final day of the regular season. It starts on ABC and ESPN+. As Rocky Lombardi comes out for his 2nd series. The first one truncated by a fumble on what appeared to be a little bit of an errant snap. Let's see what they get going here. Lombardi making his first professional start. Got McCrary in the backfield. Lombardi hands it off. McCrary will pick off a couple of yards, picks up 3.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's go Grizzly. Let's go Grizzly. Raven fire zone. Grizzly Raven fire zone. Grizzly Raven fire zone.
Here Chris Wilson saying fire zone, so expect pressure coming from somewhere on that defensive front, and then zone coverage behind it.
Looks like it's coming from the boundary. They come the other way. Nice little gain out to the 35-yard line by McCrary. And that's a first down.
So you get pressure from this side, you're going to get a dropper that ends up having to cover the back, and they actually do a pretty good job of limiting the damage. Once McCrary catches the ball, you get a force player from the outside rallying from the inside. It doesn't create a big play, but the shiftiness of McCrary able to pick up the first down.
Lombardi's going to keep it on the ground again. A nice crease up front and a spirited run for another what appears to be first down out near the 45 by Nate McCrary out of Saginaw Valley State.
And Roddy, I think it's safe to say that the Michigan Panthers, they have a great problem, right? When you have 3 running backs that can do a lot of different things and bring different elements to the game of football in a successful way, you look at that as a positive if you're Mike Nolan as the head coach.
That's a great point. You got the physicality of Toa Taua. Nate McCrary's kind of a blend of both Colburn and Taua, and then Matthew Colburn's got the burst and the receiving ability as well.
See what it looks like next week against Birmingham in the playoffs. Lombardi taking a shot downfield. There's a little contact. No flag, incomplete. Jalen Moore couldn't make the catch against Isaac. fans there. They wanted a flag.
The pressure comes right up the middle from the defensive line of Houston, and then down the field. I think it's a good no call.
Me too, yeah.
There's hand fighting on both sides. You've got Jalen Moore trying to create some separation. Keenan Isaac does a nice job of not falling off, and ends up being incomplete. Good no call by the official.
Yeah,
2nd and 10.
Yeah, good idea not to reward chicken fighting down the field. Good call by the referees not to do that.
They set up the screen to Colburn and chopped down at the 49-yard line. Good support off the corner that time. Actually, it was the safety, Sean Preston Jr., making the tackle. Sets up a 3rd down from the 49. So what do you make of Lombardi so far in his first professional start?
He's done a nice job. You can see the mobility. He's taking care of the football. With the exception of the errant snap, and the snap wasn't that bad. I think that one was more on Rocky Lombardi than anything. But he's moved this offense. This is a big 3rd down, though, and he's getting empty. Clears up the picture for the quarterback. Lets him know the coverage.
3rd and 5. He's going to try and use the self-checkout line. Rocky Lombardi rumbling. Touchdown, but there's a flag down on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Yeah, this will be a hold, gentlemen. Yeah, this will be a hold because the referee, he threw the ball. He
you
threw
got
the
a flag here for what?
Rocky Lombardi throws the football. But that was definitely a hold on the sideline.
So defense. Okay, what's the result of the play?
Yeah, it was a touchdown.
At
the end of the play. I had to go into the side zone, so
okay, so the result of play is a touchdown, and we got a personal foul, but we're going to put that on the succeeding spot after the kickoff, or they can put it on the try if they'd like.
Number 21, hands to the face.
Number 21, hands to the face.
Wait, that's not a personal foul.
It's a hit face mask. It's not like inside the line.
You said hands to the face or face mask?
Hands to the face. That's just a 5-yard penalty. He's right. That's a 5-yard penalty. So we're going to decline that, make a score. That's right. That's right. Okay.
Illegal hands to the face. Defense number 21. That penalty is a decline. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Rocky Lombardi's touchdown run stands.
It's just a straight quarterback draw. Noah Johnson with basically a screen on the linebacker. And then it's Rocky Lombardi outrunning the safety, Leon O'Neal, who couldn't catch him.
Hey, Rocky popped that clutch. He was gone.
He's rolling the end zone yelling, Adrian!
Don't cut me, Mick. That's the longest play of the season for the Panthers, 49 yards.
I think Coach Johnson's going to challenge this. He's throwing the red flag on the field right now because he is not happy that they called the foul against his team when he thought there was a holding before that foul happened against the Roughnecks.
Exactly.
Who threw the punch? Number 4?
Four.
Number 4 threw the punch. I'm saying upstairs they're saying no hands to the face. No, on play.
I didn't even know they fucking.
Open up.
And no hands to the face, and I'm saying that their guy threw a punch. 4. So was it 4? Yeah. Shut up! Tell me who the number is. 4. Yes.
What personnel they have on the field?
I got to figure that out.
Here's what C.J. Johnson is talking about.
Okay.
By the way, it's only May, but he's hotter than July right now.
Yeah, and look, this is what he's talking about here.
Okay, I'm with you, Jason. So I'm going to take a look at the actions by number 4 to see if we have a personal foul. There is hands to the face right at the line of scrimmage on 21. Now, when you see 4 go after him in retaliation, he grabs the face mask with the right hand. Then he actually gets the helmet opening from behind and tries to pull it off, which is a personal foul. So he is going to win this challenge, which is then going to offset the penalty, right? We're going to have offsetting penalties.
That was
So
the Verizon Command Center.
We're going back to 3rd and 5 and the 49.
When is a touchdown not a touchdown, Roddy Jones?
Well, it's a great challenge by C.J. Johnson, who was obviously getting notifications not only from upstairs, but also from the sideline.
The plus and
all
minus
this happened
49.
right in front of the Houston sideline.
Did you get all of that, Jason? It's 49 going in. Plus
49.
Plus 49.
Third down. Can replay third down.
After video review, the ruling is a personal foul by the offense number 4. That offsets with the foul of hands of face by 21. It'll be third down and 5-yard line, 5 yards from the 49-yard line.
Curtis Johnson has some discerning eyes in the sky.
Not only that, but again, like those were the 2 outside receivers right in front of him.
Yeah.
And so while you might not have known exactly what happened with Siosi Mariner, you knew something was going on. Even from that initial replay at the top of the route, there's just so much hand fighting. It's good. It's a great job by the Verizon Command Center, Mike Pereira, of getting that sorted out because it was messy on the back end.
Well, we got Thomas Hearns in the building, so we shouldn't be surprised.
It's good infighting. 9:31 to go in the first half. 3rd and 5. Lombardi pulls, batted down at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. So after all that, touchdown comes off the board, and the Panthers will have to punt. TJ Franklin got a hand up and batted it down.
But watch Franklin. He's going to first work here, and then he sees the eyes of the quarterback in the gap and works back outside to bat this ball down. It's a good job by the defensive tackle, just kind of feeling where the lane is, seeing the eyes of the quarterback, working back out to the outside, knocking that ball down.
And luckily he did, because Malik Turner was wide open in the middle of the football field.
There's a look at Justin Hall back at his own 8-yard line. Houston with a 7-0 lead. Roughnecks trying to get back to 500 on the season. Seth Vernon ready to punt from his own 38. Hall fields it at the 12. Runs straight up the middle. And a nice 18-yard punt return to the 30-yard line after the 37-yard punt. It'll be 1st and 10 from there after we take this break with 8:38 to go here. Coleman, Harry Douglas down to the field here on the final week of the regular season. The playoffs begin next week. And these Michigan Panthers will be in Birmingham taking on the Stallions, who are looking for their 4th consecutive title. 1st down and 10. Pass down the sideline and incomplete at the 37-yard line. McClendon didn't have much room to work with Chisholm. I was talking about the game being in Birmingham for Michigan next week. Get to that in a second.
It's a great job by Harden, squeezing the receiver to the sideline, not allowing him to jump over him and make that catch.
Chisholm did a nice job of breaking that up. Potential interception.
That was the case of low man 1 because he was out height at number 16, but he was not going to give up that fight. Really good defensive coverage there.
2nd and 10. They go empty. Blitz coming. Pass complete. That's Grayson Jr. still on his feet, but a flag down. And Grayson pushed out of bounds at the 45.
They're going to decline that and take the result.
Yeah.
5-7 was the foul. 57.
Yes. 5-7.
Offside. Defense number 57. That penalty is declined. Result of play is a 1st down.
And so it's going to be a 1st down. We have a player down on the far side of the field for the Panthers. Was talking about the fact they won't get to play at home next week against Birmingham. That's because Mr. They Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar, K-Dot going to be in the house doing a concert.
I'd say it's a good reason to be kicked out of your own building.
Yeah.
I went to the concert in Atlanta.
How was it?
Kendrick Lamar and SZA. It was amazing.
Believe me, guys, he didn't stop talking about our radio show for days.
Hey, Harry, he didn't have that backstage pass for you at the concert, though, did he?
Hey.
We're going to take a short break. Come right back.
The rollout game hasn't been as prevalent as it was on that first drive. They got Jalen McClendon more on the perimeter, and that gave him some easy tosses to create kind of these situations, 2nd and 3rd and shorts. But as long as they can stay in 2nd and 5, 3rd, 4 or less, and they should be good.
McClendon hands it off to Merritt again. Sets up a 3rd down. Hey, Harry, Justin Hall only has a couple of receptions. What do you make of his day so far?
Unacceptable.
Oh, really? Why?
This is a guy that leads the UFL in receptions. He should have, by halftime, at least 7 targets, 7 or 8 targets by now. So look for C.J. Johnson to get him more involved.
And Harry, a lot of those passes that they can get to him, are behind the line of scrimmage. And they haven't been doing that nearly as much. One of them was, but the other more down the field.
Pivotal 3rd and 3. Low snap. McClendon gets it out. Complete. Who were we talking about a moment ago? Justin Hall just in time to move the chains.
Inside coverage by the defensive back. He just goes to the outside. Simple play. Roddy and Harry, you guys are right. You got a guy like that. You got to give him the ball more times. Get him more at-bats so he can hit some home runs for you.
Yeah, the rotation of the safeties made it one high with Akeem Dent in the middle of the field, man-to-man underneath. And Freddie, you're right. That inside leverage by the defender just meant Hall turns out. McClendon delivers an accurate ball, and you get a 1st down.
Shorty might have heard us talking about him up here and down on the field. He's in motion. They fake the jet sweep. McClendon eluded one tackler and brought down finally by Ron Stone Jr. If the name sounds familiar, his father is the former 3-time NFL Pro Bowler, 12 years in the league.
Well, this is tough. So they're reading the end defender. That lets you know to pull the ball, but you're also getting a blitz on the edge from Kendrick Whitehead, and it's just a bad look to run it into. You kind of just tip your cap. Defense had a better call than your play. Jalen McClendon held onto the ball. It's a nice job by him, but Ron Stone causing that initial pull and then rallying to help tackle the quarterback, doing a nice job.
Athletic family. His sister Renika played volleyball at Oregon and professionally overseas. That pass into a tight window. Wow. You talk about threading the needle. Cam Sutton was on the other end of that rope, and a limping McClendon delivered it that time.
This is a football throw.
Wow.
Of the football.
Okay.
No, he's just really, so he's rolling to his right. He doesn't have his feet set. This is all arm and core, and he's able to whip that ball and get it to Cam Sutton before the defender gets there in coverage that wasn't bad, but it was a better throw to beat the coverage.
Moves the chains with just under 4.5 minutes to go. Lingard motions out of the backfield. They go empty. Pressure coming. And it's Lingard with the catch and the run. And another 1st down for the Roughnecks.
Maybe McClendon was right. He can make every play. He likes every play. I mean, they talked about want to be conservative with him, but the ball does not stay in the air long. He makes up his mind. That ball's on the receiver in a hurry.
And that's what you want from your quarterback, right? Be quick and decisive, whether you're going to run the football, throw the football. Don't sit back there and pad it. Allow the defensive line to get to you and force sack fumbles. Doing a great job right now controlling the game.
Sets up 2nd and 1. Over the left side of that offensive line, and that's going to be close. It looks like Lingard got enough. Mika Tafua making the tackle on the play.
This play is made by the hands of Garrett Marino inside, giving the running back nowhere to cut back, and it runs him right into the arms of Tafua. And now you've got a 3rd and short.
That's how far they are.
Very short.
Yeah.
Less than a foot.
10th play of the drive coming up. And they're going to let it run down.
Their first charge
Call a timeout.
It's 30 seconds in left.
They've got 2 remaining. Michigan with a full complement of 3.
Which up? We got a 30 seconds.
Hey, Cam. Good catch, boy.
You got 2 downs. I'm going for it. You want me? 11, 11, 11. 11, let's go.
You heard C.J. Johnson. Got 2 downs going for it.
Yeah, definitely.
He was yelling 11. That's the personnel grouping, not the distance to the first down, 11 inches. Colin Bauer on the other side, hoping that his defensive front can cause some issues on this play.
Safeties track the tight end in the back.
Lingard in the backfield.
Looks like they're going cover 0, guys. All-out blitz.
Incomplete. That was coming in a little bit hot. Chisholm couldn't squeeze it. He turned around and the ball was right in his hands.
I think Chisholm is begging Jalen McClendon to just slow this down a little bit, but you can see the cushion. And as soon as he turns his head, Jalen McClendon puts the ball right on him. I think he's telling him, just take a little bit off that, and I catch it. Because the timing just a little bit off. If he waits a beat longer or takes a little bit off, he's able to catch it. But now we got a 4th and short. Likely to get exactly the same thing coverage-wise, as Harry just said. 0 coverage, no safety in the middle of the field. Everybody within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Lingard in the backfield, 4th and short. McClendon, incomplete. The Panthers defense, impregnable, invincible.
Why not run the ball there, guys?
Well, everybody stacked around the line of scrimmage, so I guess Michigan's thinking, hey, look, it's one-on-one coverage on the outside, and the route is right out there. But Keontae Harden does a great job of just setting his feet right where he is. Bounces, waits for the receiver to break. He knows it's got to be a quick break. And so when the receiver makes his move, Harden drives on the football and is able to knock it down. The better shot was on the play before when they missed that skinny post.
See if Michigan takes a shot here. Picked off at the 30-yard line. It's coming back the other way. Room service. Ring it up. That's how you atone for a mistake on the previous play. Moody. Marvin Moody Jr. with the pick 6. He caught him in traffic.
So Marvin Moody Jr. is right here, but both linebackers are going to go towards the right. And I think Rocky Lombardi sees this first linebacker go and thinks he has a window. But Marvin Moody just tracks the eyes of the quarterback, gets right underneath the tight end, and is able to stroll into the end zone. Really nice play by Moody, reading the eyes and getting the pick 6.
So with 2:02 to go, after giving over the ball on downs, Houston scores a touchdown on a pick 6. Their 8th interception of the season, by the way. Lingard in the backfield. They'll go for 1 from the 2-yard line. Into the end zone, it's broken up. Incomplete, so it remains 13-0. DJ Miller heading it away. Let's go downstairs to Freddie, who's standing by with Moody.
Well, he's got to go back out real quick. Real quick, Marcus, what did you see on that play, on that pick? What did you see on that?
Hey, my coach just made a great call. Happened to be in the right spot and made a play.
Well, go do your thing.
Yes, sir.
That's right. He's got right back out there, guys, back up to you.
Hey, let's take another look. You said it. He tracked it just perfectly, Roddy.
He did, and Rocky Lombardi's eyes are taking him there the whole time. Again, I think Rocky Lombardi saw that first linebacker vacate and thought he was good. Thought the window was going to be there, but didn't anticipate the backside linebacker, Marvin Moody, coming all the way from the other side of the formation underneath that throw. Rocky Lombardi certainly something that when they get on the iPads and are able to look at that, he's going to just really be disappointed that he didn't check that backside back before he threw that ball.
Big play by Houston's defense. And Marvin Moody Jr. makes it 13-0. Moody Jr. ready to go back out there. Played his collegiate football at Tulane, 26 years old. Good size at 6'2", 230 from the 12-yard line. This is Martinez. Cuts it north-south and is stopped up at about the 28-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute warning. Timeout. Moody ready to do it again. Balling like Valencia.
We want to use up all clock because when we come out the second half, we have the ball. So if we can end this half with points in the ball, then that'd be ideal for us coming back second half.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. All right, Harry.
All right, you're looking into the eyes of Rocky Lombardi. There's a look at what they've done on the last 3 drives.
Harry detailed that each one of those drives ended by a self-inflicted wound. The offense has been able to move the ball down the field.
Lombardi gets it out, complete at the 36-yard line. That's Colburn the second, and he picks up a first down. Right at the 45 with 1:49 to go. Michigan with its full complement of 3 timeouts remaining.
Coaches this week talked to us about the added dimension that Matthew Colburn brings in the passing game. You saw it there.
Lombardi completes this, and that's close to another first down. Looks like they're going to give it to him at the 45. That was Oaks.
It's a good throw into a tight window with 3 timeouts. Now they don't have to go turbo speed anymore. You're going to still see them operate with a little bit of urgency, but now that you're past midfield, you can slow it down just a little bit.
After the 11-yard gain, that pass complete to Oaks again. I know he dropped it.
And I'll say this, what I love right now, what I'm seeing from the quarterback is taking the free access, right? If you're going to have a cornerback that's playing 8 to 9 yards off, he's going to take that guy on a short route, his wide receiver or tight end or running back like we just seen Colburn do not too long ago.
It feels like they're splitting out running back and tight end to that #1 position, the furthest receiver outside. And they are given a lot of cushion. And Gunnar Oaks did everything he could to drop that ball on that one. Like, the ball was in his hands. He almost had to fight it out.
Beat him up ball.
2nd and 10. Lombardi got rid of it. The officials are going to confer to see if this was grounding or not.
Well, whatever it is.
Okay, so he's outside the tackle box, so we're good. Yeah, okay, good.
And the ball will be on the line of scrimmage. It's an incomplete pass, 3rd down.
Check and check. Outside the tackle box, ball went beyond the line of scrimmage. Sets up a 3rd down and 10, though.
And I think this is 4-down territory for Michigan, so Rocky Lombardi doesn't have to get all 10 yards on this one. I think if he gets 5 to 7, they'll still go for it.
Lombardi steps up into the pocket, now going to take off. Took a hit and fell forward to the 30-yard line, picks up the first down. That's the 2nd time or 3rd time tonight we've seen him run well. 14-yard gain.
Yes, it is. And they were excited about this dimension of his game. Bryce Perkins certainly shows it to you when he's the starter. But how about the physicality at the end? Not afraid of the hit from Jaquan Shepard, the corner. Actually, like Jaquan Shepard wanted less of that hit than Rocky Lombardi did. So he was putting his head down for the first down.
Don't play around with those former wrestlers. Listening to Coach Nolan here.
We got tons of time and 2 timeouts now.
Just reminding Marcel Belfay, a couple timeouts. They got a first down. We haven't seen them take a shot downfield to COC Mariner yet.
Right.
Roddy, what I do want to see, because Houston is playing a lot of 2 high shell, a lot of 2 safeties back deep. I want to see some COC Mariner go on one of those seam routes or one of those benders across the middle of the football field where you see vacant space.
2 safeties back again here. It looks like now they're rolling.
Mariner split to the bottom of your screen. They come his way. And it's incomplete.
I swear, Harry, it's like the Roughnecks defense heard you, seriously, because the minute you said that, they were in that 2 high safety, and then they came down with man-free over the middle, and it completely played the eyes of Lombardi, forcing that incompletion.
Well, they had slide protection going away from where the blitz was coming from. Houston just brought more than Michigan could manage to block, and Rocky Lombardi did well to avoid that sack.
See what they get done here on 2nd and 10. 3 on the play clock. Lombardi incomplete at the 27-yard line to Colburn. Sets up 3rd down and 10 with a minute to go, 1:04.
I mean, had Matthew Colburn, had that been a more accurate pass, and Matthew Colburn been able to bring that in, he's one-on-one with the corner. The corner rolled back to deep half, though. So that, I mean, there were 10 yards of space between him and the nearest defender. We had a great opportunity to make a move, a missed opportunity there. But another 3rd and 10, empty formation. So Rocky Lombardi back there by himself. Rocky Lombardi's legs are what Houston needs to be most concerned about here.
They're 3rd and 3 of 4 on 3rd down. Lombardi, is it picked off? They're going to call it incomplete. Corn Elder is claiming that he picked it off, but the official was behind him.
No, he didn't catch it.
Complete.
I'm standing right about 10 yards away from him. His body language is telling a completely different story. He knows he didn't catch that ball.
And there's a look at it.
I thought he trapped it as well.
Yeah.
He goes through the wickets,
yep,
and he brings it in on the rollover.
Yep. The ground is undefeated, period.
So in comes B.T. Potter. Going to attempt this field goal from 49 yards out.
One thing Houston did on that 3rd down was they used a spy to keep Rocky Lombardi in
Houston
the pocket.
wants to challenge that was a catch.
Oh my God.
For an interception.
For an interception, yes. Sorry.
Houston is challenging the previous
play as an interception. The play is under video review.
Okay. Very quickly, the pass is incomplete. Ball goes through the arms, hits the ground, bounces. So,
it can challenge at any time.
We're denying the challenge.
So they lose the timeout and they're done with challenges.
That's correct.
After video review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It's an incomplete pass. Houston is out of challenges and loses 1 timeout. They have 1 remaining. It's 4th down.
No more challenges for C.J. Johnson's Houston squad.
Can I just say that I love Mike Pereira's demeanor on that? Like,
keep it moving.
Very quickly, it's incomplete. It's like my kid when it's like, Dad,
no.
TJ told me that
no,
that if I did this, it would work. Very quickly, it won't. Let's move on.
Yeah, what are you challenging, Coach?
84 was held on that play when the ball was in the air.
84 being held on the previous.
Was being held by the defense.
So Mayday, you hear that?
Tight end number 84 is being held
Michigan
by the
is challenging that number 84, the tight end, was held on the play.
Okay, we will take a
during
look.
the pass.
During the pass.
Is he coming back with another quick one?
Before the pass or during the pass?
You guys speak up.
Yeah,
defensive holding is what
He's calling
we got defensive holding
okay.
on number 84.
Okay.
Our number 84.
Correct. Michigan is challenged at
the time
our number 84 was 84 of the offense. The play's under video review.
At the time,
a lot of layers there, Roddy.
Look back. Look at the release of the pass. Okay. In real time, we have to look at the release of the pass. There's the potential hole. You look back and the ball's gone. Because of the timing on the field, we would look at this one. When the official sees this grab, he's going to look back, and then in real time, the ball's out of the quarterback's hands into another receiver. To another receiver, we're going to deny this challenge. And so we are staying where we are. They lose their challenges. They are now out of challenges also.
Timeout, but it's still 4th down at that spot.
Okay, all right, still kicking.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. There is no foul in the play. Michigan loses their challenge for the game and uses 1 timeout with 1 remaining. It's 4th down.
I want to know, did Mike work in insurance? Because he denies a lot of claims. Hey, Mike, you used to be an insurance man, right?
You know, I think I will go into the business. You know, and the challenges are done, so I think I'll go home. As a matter of fact, I'll go back to Sacramento, where Mark lives. You know, what the heck?
Thank you, Mike. Okay, so we get back to the field goal. P.T. Potter with 58 seconds to go. This coming from 49. Got it up well, and he rips it through. So the lead is down to 10. With 53 seconds to go in the first half.
So I'm going to go back to Mike Pereira in the Verizon Command Center about the process, Mike. Why was it important the real time, the real speed look, as opposed to slowing it down and seeing if the hold happened in slow-mo before the quarterback released the ball.
Yeah, we said when we got involved as the replay center, what we said is we wanted to rule and officiate the game the same way that the officials see it. Now, it's different when it's a sideline catch. We'll slow it down to see if a foot is down in bounds. But when it's a two-step process, which that is, there is a grab. But then as an official, you got to look back and to see, is the ball being thrown? When it's a two-step process where you have to go from point A to point B, we're going to look at it in real time. And when you do that, it would be impossible to call it. So that's the way we officiate the play here in the command center.
Great explanation.
See, I'm going with Pereira Insurance.
Okay. Yeah.
My premiums
those claims
are
will never get paid. Are you kidding me? I'm staying away from Mike. 13-3 to go. Michigan Panthers next week will have, they're expecting Bryce Perkins to be back for their playoff game against the Birmingham Stallions. This is Grayson Jr. on the kickoff return, still on his feet, and finally pushed out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Week 10 of the UFL continues tomorrow on ABC. Tune in at noon Eastern for Arlington versus San Antonio. It's the final day of the regular season, and it starts on ABC and ESPN+.
This Houston team did a great job last week right before halftime against the DC Defenders, going down and scoring a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again today.
Yeah, and there's enough time for it to get some sort of score here. 45 seconds, one timeout. If you use the sideline properly and anything in the field is a first down, so that the clock stops temporarily, you can get down the field and try and attempt some point.
McClendon over the middle, completes it. Got a little bit of room. Merritt still on his feet, turns it north-south, gets over midfield where he's chopped down on the sidelines at the 45 with plenty of time, Roddy. 34 seconds to go in a timeout, 25 yards on the game.
Plenty of time. Kirk Merritt just gets one-on-one against the safety. Kendrick Whitehead kind of gets caught looking in the backfield. Merritt breaks inside when he's not looking. Then you make a guy miss and you get a big chunk play. Now you got plenty of time to get some more yardage, get in field goal range, or maybe even take an attempt to the end zone.
McClendon has 134 yards passing, adding to the total right there to the 37. That's Chisholm, short of the first down. 26 seconds to go, the clock running. They're going to spike it and stop the clock with 18 seconds to go and third down and 2. What's the strategy you think here moving forward?
Well, it's the same thing. Anything in the field has to be past the first down marker so you get that temporary stoppage so that you can spike the ball. You want to be able to utilize the sideline so you can get out of bounds and stop. But now you're kind of in a situation where if you catch the ball and it's not past the sticks, you're probably burning that last time out because you don't want that much time to drain off the clock again.
McClendon's going to hand it off. Lingard. That's going to be close. They're going to give the first down. 13 seconds to go. Time for a couple of plays. McClendon going to spike it, stop the clock. It'll set up second down and 10.
Let's go. Yeah, 10 personnel.
10, we got 10.
Z short. Gun double right close, 52 smash Z snake, trying to take a shot at the end zone. Z short, gun double right close, 52 smash Z snake.
Z snake, is that Justin Hall?
I would imagine so. He's lined up wide to the left right now. Here he is. See if that shot goes to him.
Low snap. They come underneath instead. Lingard is going to be brought down at about the 25. Clock running, and they're going to have to burn their final timeout and get the field goal unit on the field here.
So they ended up trying to get a shot to Cyril Grayson. I think it was fun. You really only had one shot. If you're going to take a shot at the end zone, you've got one play basically. So I think the the timing of it was okay.
Okay. Yeah, Rodney, I'm with you. I thought McClendon's decision-making that drive was terrific. Whenever it was available, he took it and did not waste a lot of time in the pocket. So I'm with you on that one. That was the right play call because the decision-making on that drive was terrific.
And Michigan dropped so many people deep that the shot was kind of off before it started. So just wise to get some yardage there.
Chris blew it in to attempt this field goal from 43. He's 11-13 on the season. And they're going to try and put him on ice.
It's 30 seconds to go.
On a 64-degree day outside. Coach Nolan going to try and freeze Mr. Chris Blewett. As we welcome you to Detroit, Mark Jones, Roddy Jones, Freddie Coleman, and Harry Douglas down to the field for Week 10 action in the United Football League. This is the final week, and this game is between Houston and Michigan, who are headed to the postseason next week. Right now, Houston leads 13-3. Attempting a field goal now is Chris Blewett from 43 yards out, trying to make it 16-3. Got it up in the air and right down Main Street. That's the end of the first half, with Houston taking a 16-3 lead. Their goal simply to finish the season